Today I went for a walk at Roth Park, a great little park at the north end of Woodstock. There's a small parking lot just as you enter the park, and that is where people launch boats from, although it is cautioned that there is a reservoir nearby, a dam, and you have to be careful. There is walking, hiking, fishing, and there is several different areas that have handicap parking, which is great. There's even a off-leash dog park, so that's good for all the dog lovers. Plus there's lots of parking at the upper end of the park. As you can see, all these people we're taking advantage of. This hill doesn't look very steep, but it's a good one to rollerblade down and get some speed, although you got to be careful because there's a big corner at the bottom. The sights and sounds are amazing. The birds singing, the wind in the trees, plenty of areas to go walking into the woods. There's a little bit of wind noise here, but I wanted you to capture how the wind sounded in the trees, the birds singing. It was very nice today. Every time I go for a walk, it surprises me that everything's always new. There's always something new that you didn't see before. It gives you that sense of wonder, how the light catches on the waves, or how the trees look, or how the leaves are moving, how the wind sounds in the trees. There's so many interesting things that you can capture that I just like to slow down and really take a deep dive into them. So I hope you enjoy that as well as I share these video clips with you. Roth Park is a beautiful park to go for a walk at, whether you're with your family. It's stroller friendly, rollerblade friendly, skateboard friendly, or as a couple or even by yourself. Great scenery, sound of the wind in the trees, and the sound of the waves hitting the shore. It's a very calm and peaceful place. This tree caught my eye. It had fallen down and different mushrooms were growing on it. Made quite an interesting visual. As mentioned earlier, there was lots of areas where the trail diverted into the woods. There's some nice benches for people to sit down on if they get tired. And there's me just going for a stroll in the beautiful outdoor sun, catching some cool nature pictures with the acorn and the leaf, some beautiful flowers that just grow on the side of the trail. After about 1.5 to 2 kilometers, it turns into a dirt trail, which, as you can see, is not always runner friendly, but I was able to stay to some higher areas and keep my shoes more or less white. The trees were planted by the city of Woodstock, and it's really nice to see that they developed this area. This old rotted log had a lot of interesting intrigue. There'll be more video of it later. I love how the trail winds through the trees. When you get to the far end, there's another parking lot right on the road. I just really liked how these red berries showed up against the green leaves. Hopefully you guys can see it as well as it looked in nature. It was quite remarkable. Here's that video clip of the rotted out log that I was mentioning earlier. Went back and caught some slow motion of the decay. It's quite interesting how all the colors mix together, and I'm sure there's plenty of little critters that live in there. There's this culvert, and the water was pouring out of it, and I didn't think to capture the sound, and the slow motion sound just doesn't capture very well. So I just put some bird sound that I captured instead. And for those of you that care, I included my walking stats so you can see kind of how long it takes to walk this park and what pace I was walking it at. Hope you enjoyed.